Hi and welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough solve of this interesting cube which I actually found out about quite recently. I've never seen this puzzle before. So it's by Diane and Emma Fate, kind of like the same combo as we have with the crazy 4x4, except this is kind of like a version of a crazy 3x3. It's not one of the planetary versions. What it is it's a I don't even know the official name, like a double circle cube. So basically, two faces have circles. Once it's in its solved state, the yellow face and the white face have circles. The circles remain stationary, they do not move, whereas the outer pieces are the ones that move. And the rest of the four faces are just regular faces. They turn regular, no circles or anything like that. So the challenge with this is once it's scrambled and you have these kind of pieces in the circle face, so this is the white face. It's supposed to have a circle, and because this piece is here, it becomes bandaged. You could see because it blocks the circle, so you can't turn the white when these pieces are in, and also you can't turn the yellow, it becomes bandaged as well. Basically, you need to have all the circle pieces in order to be able to move these faces. So at this point, the only faces that we could move are the other four. Okay, so I learned this method from an old video I came across on YouTube. I forgot the name of the channel. I'll try to mention it in the description. But this is a video, I think 7 or 9 years old or something like that. The quality of the video wasn't too great, but it was enough for me to understand the concept. Because when I first got this recently, I was quite puzzled about what the method is to figure it out. I couldn't quite get it, and I didn't want to invest too much time trying to figure it out, so I kind of cheated and found a tutorial on it. Now that I know, it's actually quite easy and quite a fun solve. Unfortunately, the puzzle doesn't turn too great, especially with the circle faces. Once you have like all the circle pieces, the turning is like very, very stiff. You have to be careful so it doesn't pop. These faces turn a little bit better, but it's playable. It works well enough to be able to solve it. Okay, so the first step is we put in 4 of these kind of edges with the circle slices into one of the sides. Doesn't matter about the color. Well, basically, okay, so we have pieces that have the right combination, like the inner edge matches the outer edge. So this we don't need to put in. We need to specifically focus on putting in the edges that have the incorrect color, like the white and the yellow. So let's see. So we have another one here, yellow, white, and this one already in. And so here, let's see. So this one we could just put in by doing a 180. I need to put one more edge here. I could put this one, it fits really well. Okay, so now we put in the corners in order to be able to turn this face. And the idea is we're going to reduce these edges. So right now you see the colors in the edges don't match. We're going to make them like this so they match. So we're going to reduce the edges. And so let's put in the corners. Fairly simple. So if we have a corner piece we need to put in here, we simply, if it's on this side, so it's kind of down, down, up, up, and it's in here, down, down, up, up. So just this one, we have this one, it's in the wrong position, so we have to do it a few times. Down, down, up, down, down, up. I think we put in another one, but it's fine. Now we have like the full circle. Okay, so we see what we could fix. So if we make a rotation like this, so this piece is reduced and this piece, so these two are good. These two are still no good, so we need to swap out these pieces for, so for instance, we put in this one, and this piece we swap out for, let's see if we could get this one here. It's pretty intuitive how to move it around. Okay, so let's see, like that. Okay, so this one, I don't think we'll be able to get it here, but that's fine. For now, let's just do it like this. Put this corner in. Okay, so, okay, if I rotate it like this, just make sure everything's in, okay. And also I should mention right now we're not yet focused on reducing the corners, only the edges. Okay, so this one's reduced, this one, and this one. So only this one is no good. And we need to replace, so we'll put in this one with a 180 turn. And put in our corners. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, again, down, down. And we put in one here, doesn't matter which corner. Okay, so now this and this, so let's see if I rotate it this way. Okay, so they're all reduced. These are reduced. Let's check the other ones. This one's reduced. This one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so all the edges are now reduced. Step 2, we put in all of the same color edges into one face. So whether it be white or yellow, doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so let's do with the yellow. It's easier. Okay, so put in yellow and put in here. Okay, so we'll do this like this, and this, and this. Okay, now we put in the corners. Okay, so at this point, we're going to be reducing the corners. And so we have one here. We have to look for specifically for corners where the pieces don't match. The internal piece and the outer piece. So you can see don't match. Same with here. Put it in. Let's see. Okay, so in this case you can see we do have all the corners in, but the problem is we have too many of the same ones, like yellow on the inside, white on the outside. We need some of them to be yellow on the outside, white on the inside. So for instance, this one should go here. So down, down, up, up. And let's see if we could also replace this one quite easily with this. So down, down, up, up. And now if we just rotate it 180, we reduce all of these corners. Let's see if we have any other corners to reduce. And we have this one, I see, and that one. So let's put this one in first. Down, down, up, up. And then this one, down, down, up. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so I see if we rotate it this way. So these are reduced, these are reduced. This is good, this is good, good. Everything's reduced. Okay, so step 2 is done. Step 3, we make a full either yellow or white face as a start. Okay, so here most of the yellow face is good. We're not paying attention to the arrangement of the edges and corners if they're put in right. The only thing that matters at this stage is just making it entirely yellow, or you could do the white, whichever one is easier for you. Okay, so put in the corner. Okay, and this one. So we have our yellow. Now we build the white face. This one's slightly more complicated, but not too complex. Okay. So let's say we want to put this edge into here. So we hold the puzzle where the yellow is in the back and the white is in the front. So basically we could turn this one as much as we want and this one because they're not the bandaged faces. And so what we're going to do is going to do the soon algorithm. Because we're putting it in from this side, so we do the soon, and then we do the anti-soon. And this is going to move this piece into here with the white here. So let's do it, okay. With the final U-turn as well. Okay, so that's the soon. Now we do the anti-soon. With the final UI, puts it in, yellow is still intact. Do the same thing with this one here. Yellow's in the back, white in the front, based on the center. Soon. final U-turn, and then anti-soon. The final UI. This is in, yellow is still intact. The same thing with this. And the anti-soon. And the final one. In this case, they all started from the right side. In some cases, you might have the piece on this side, in which case you would first do the anti-soon and then the soon. In our case, we happen to do it all starting with the right side. Okay, so. Okay. All the edges are in. Now we put in the corners, and this is simply about positioning and doing the RIDI based on the faces that you could turn. So when we do RIDI, we turn the right and down faces. So let's see. So we need to flip these two pieces, and they're positioned where we could turn this face and this face. So we just do RIDI, RIDI, RID, RIDI, RID. It's positioned properly to white. Now this one. RIDI, RID, RID. This one is also positioned properly, and we're gonna have to mess one up since the other one we need to flip is here. So we'll just mess one of these up for now. RIDI, RID, RID. Turn this back. Okay, so we got these in. And now we have this one and this one. So let's see how we could position them. If we turn this down, just temporarily, bearing in mind that this one needs to turn once counterclockwise. So it's one RIDI algorithm. This one's going to need the two algorithms. Okay, so this is our right, this is our bottom. So we start here. So this one, do it twice. RIDI, RID. DI, that's one time. DI, DI. Put in the other one. Remember this piece. DI, DI. Now we turn it back. Undo our setup moves. Okay. So now both faces are good. And so now we choose either face, top or bottom, and we do basically cuboid algorithms. Okay, so let's see which one we'll start with. Okay, so let's start, for instance, for this. So we start with the corners. We had the headlights here. These are good. These need to be swapped. So we do our standard algorithm to swap these two, just 2R U, 2R UI, 2R UI D, 2R UI, 2R U, 2R DI. Okay, all the corners are in. Now we just do the edge swaps, and you can see what I mean when I say it's very stiff in the way it turns. Okay, so I could swap these first. Okay. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. Okay. Now we're gonna do a adjacent edge swap. I'm gonna keep this position the same way so that it's gonna fix this. And let's say these are okay. Let's say we want to do this adjacent edge swap, for example. So we just turn it like this, and we do the adjacent edge swap, which is 2U R, 2U R. Oh, I think 2RU, 2RU. My mistake. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, and turn this back. Okay, we have this edge swap left. We'll do that later. First, let's focus on this layer. We do not have any headlights as far as the corners, so we do the algorithm to swap two corners from any side. We'll do it here. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, UI, D, 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R, DI. These two are now good. Now we need to swap these two. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, UI, D, 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R, DI. Okay. So now, go back to this layer. Let's do this edge swap. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. Go back. And from this side, we're going to swap these edges. So it's going to fix these internal parts right here, as well as this. Okay, so we'll do this adjacent swap first. 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. See, the bottom is fully solved, and we just have two more edge swaps. So do the opposite one first. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. What am I doing? Okay, now we need to do an adjacent swap with these two pieces, but we have to do it on this side. So we turn this. So one edge is here, one is here. 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, return this, and it is solved. But I'm going to show you one more thing, because you could also have a situation where three of the edges in the middle layer are swapped. So I'm going to swap them and show you, first I'm going to show you how I swap them, and I'm going to show you how I fix that situation. Okay, so let me just remember about the positioning. Like that, like that, like that. Okay. Just think. Okay. Okay, so I've created this situation. You could see the entire puzzle is solved, but we have 3 edges on the middle layer. So you might have noticed how I created it in the same way that we're going to solve it. So okay, so we put the puzzle with either the white or the yellow as our front, and 2 pieces on top, 2 of the edges that need to swap, 1 on the bottom right. So first we turn these either way, so they're in the front and the back. Put this one on top and turn it back so that the one from the bottom is now here and those 2 are on the side. And we have to remember those setup moves. And so from here we do the same algorithm before, the soon and anti-soon. So we check which one we need to do first. Okay, so if we do the anti-soon first, that means this piece is going to go here. That's not what we want. This one, we want this one to go here. So we have to start with the soon first with the right side. Okay, so plus the final U-turn. Okay, now the anti-soon. Okay, and now we just turn it back, undo our setup moves, and that's it. That's how you solve this puzzle. Really fun puzzle. I wish it would turn better. Who knows, maybe some company's gonna remake this like into a better turning version. I think this is like a very old type of puzzle, even though I actually got this very recently, like a week ago or so. But I think this was created, I don't know, probably close to 10 years ago. So yeah, it's still like really fun puzzle, definitely not a speed cube. And that's how we solve it. So thank you for watching, and until next time.